So I haven't really. Is my hair okay? I haven't done anything today on painting. I've spent the day outside again, working on my lawnmower. Took my carburetor apart again, and I think the whole problem was that I used bad fuel, old fuel. And in the process of trying to fix issues, I actually screwed things up. So I ended up making more work for myself than was necessary. However, to find somebody else to repair it or bring it somewhere would have taken days and days, and in the meantime I've been able to cut some lawn, and had I brought it somewhere else, my lawn would be so out of control I couldn't do anything about it. Anyway, I'm crying. Main point about that is that I'm a horrible mechanic. I probably don't pay enough attention to details, and if you're a mechanic, it's very important to pay attention to details. As a painter, as you know, I'm not that fond of paying too much attention to details. However, because I am not a detail-oriented guy regarding the wrong things, I'm about as inept at mechanics as the current leaders of our country are. I'm Canadian. Anyway, I got a comment today from one of my very favorite subscribers. And she had mentioned that sometimes the hard part of getting painting is just getting started, and I think that is such a widespread problem with artists, painters, newbies, whoever, it doesn't matter. Is that an initial commitment to try to come up with something that you want to paint, something that turns you on, right? I need something that sort of stirs my heart or engages my brain or inspires me to do something before I will tend to just begin to paint. Two words that my dad gave me as advice years ago were just paint. Because until you, and he didn't mean just paint, I think what he meant was just begin to create something, just begin to build something, construct something, design something, but be active. Don't sit in your chair and think about it. Go and do it. You could take a scratch pad, you can do this kind of thing. I had an idea, I screwed it up, I did it again, and that didn't really take very long. And that's frankly fancier than most stuff I would do anyway. But if you need to, do it on paper. You're not sacrificing anything but a bit of paper and a pencil. But I would suggest then taking your panel or your canvas and taking some charcoal then and just start drawing on the thing. And push yourself and then take some paint, thin it off with turpentine, paint thinner, mineral spirits, whatever you use. And start to draw something in there, because until you start, you've not committed to anything. You can't possibly fail if you haven't committed to it, and you certainly won't succeed. So don't be afraid of failing, because if you don't do anything, you're not going to fail. Well, of course not. But every time you actually work at it, every time you produce something, odds are now and then you are going to succeed. So, without effort, you're not going to succeed. I'm just blithering here. Just paint. Just sit down, take that brush, mix some color in it, and start to throw some stuff on. Because it's amazing, it's been amazing for me anyway, following those words of advice, just paint, that once I started with something, it engaged the creative half of my brain, or maybe in my case, the creative 1/10 of my brain, to go, oh, I kind of like that. Maybe I'll develop that as I work, forward in this canvas. Maybe now that I have this in place, I'll work over here, or I'll do something below here, or I'll change something in the sky. I speak in landscapist terms, but just paint. Don't be intimidated by the fact that you haven't started. Ignore it. Throw caution to the wind. Just start, because once you've started, the only place you can go is progress. if you haven't started, you won't make any progress. Great comment. Thanks. And I do suffer the same malady even after doing a lot of work, over many years, decades actually. But yeah, it's you always think that everything you're going to work on is going to be your special child. It's a great attitude to put forth that every time you attempt to do something, you're going to do the best you can at it, but keep it within reason. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Don't forget, painting is fun too, or it can be. Enjoy. Anyway, just a shorty for today, because I'm playing with Yardworks, and I'm failing horribly. I still got a smile though. Hope you had a good weekend. Talk to you soon.